Hello again and welcome back to the Daily Rundown with me, Ashleigh Talbot. Now, tonight's special guests are Billy Cowan and Penelope MacDonald from the Truant Theatre Company, and you're here to talk about your play Caretakers, yes?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so do you want to tell me a little bit about it then? What's the play about?
The play's about a clash between two teachers who kind of disagree about what to do about a boy who one of the teachers thinks is being bullied because he's gay. And the deputy head seems to think that it will sort itself out. Yes. And the young teacher thinks, well, I think we need to do more than just let it sort itself out. Yeah. So that's what it's about.
Okay, and so you're involved in this as well. So
yes,
you're playing a part, are you not?
I am playing a part. I'm playing the deputy head.
I see.
The one who thinks it will just sort itself out. Although there's a little bit more to her than that. She has her own agendas, which are for the audience to kind of try and figure out, because as the play goes along, it twists and turns, and the audience is sympathetic to one character, then to another character, and they're not quite sure what's actually going on, are they?
And she has valid reasons for why they can only do so much. You know, teachers are under pressure, they've got a lot of issues to cope with.
Yeah,
and if there's no proof that this boy is being bullied, then there's only so much they can do. So a lot of the reasons that she gives for not doing something are valid. But could be other reasons.
There could be other things going on.
There could be other things.
Okay, so I mean, in theatrical terms, sounds like we've got some classic conflict going on there. So, in a good way, obviously, because that's kind of one of the things that they say you need. So, there's plays starting in Manchester, yes? So
it opens in Oldham on the 13th of this month, which is only a week away, Penny, so you need to learn your lines quicker. And then we go to Ormskirk, the Lowry, Liverpool, Brighton. We're going to Edinburgh. We're going loads of places.
After the first sort of opening few shows in Manchester, you're going off on tour.
Yes.
Excellent. So is it, when you're at Edinburgh, is that for the festival or is that just a...
It is. It's for the whole month, and the poor actors only get one day off.
In the whole month.
In the entire month. In the entire month.
Oh, it'll be fine.
It'll be great.
It's fine. I've done the festival. Every day's like a day off. So
there you go.
Have you done the festival?
Yes. Well, why don't we talk about that later? So what was your impetus for writing this? Where did this come from as a project?
Well, actually, I was influenced by a play that David Mamet wrote called Oleana. And I first wrote this, the first version, in 2009. So I was an inexperienced playwright then. So I wanted to write a play that was two characters in a confined space, because I thought that would be a great test of my playwriting abilities. And so that's where it came from. And of course, being a gay man, I was bullied at school. So there was, those issues that I was interested in. Plus, I used to work in schools. I used to go in as a drama worker. I know a lot of teachers. So I was just interested in that world, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does sound like there's quite a lot that could be taken from that. I mean, I don't suppose you're aiming for this to be an educational tool for school-age people, perhaps, but if some high school students were to go, is there content for them to recognise, essentially? Do you think they'll pick up on...
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, but actually it's interesting you mentioned about the educational tool, because it's going to be used to help trainee teachers think about their job, because actually this play is quite different to a lot of plays that deal with homophobic bullying. We don't look at the playgrounds, we don't look at the young people, it's about what happens behind the scenes, so to speak. So it's all about the conflicts between the teachers. So in a way, it's more educational for the teachers, but I suppose young people, well, it'd be interesting for them to see what type of things happen.
See it from that perspective,
that point of view,
rather than just the usual adversarial student-teacher relationship. That is that. So, tell us a little bit about the format then. Is it developed beyond the idea of two people in one room? Are there multiple actors, or is it just yourself?
Just the two of us.
Just the two.
Yeah. So, is it a one-act play, or?
Yes, it's a one-act play.
Okay.
So it's about an hour long. It's what we'd call in the business a pressure cooker type of play. So the tension builds, the conflict rises, and it reaches a moment of
shock.
Of let's not spoil the ending.
No spoilers.
So, I mean, has it been performed already? Is this the first?
It's been performed 2009. We went to the
Yes.
Dublin Gay
Gay
Theatre
Festival.
Festival. It did a tour of it went to the Lowry, went to a few places, didn't it?
Dundalk,
Liverpool,
Library
part of
Theatre.
Homotopia. Yeah, it's done loads.
So it's okay.
It's a new version.
Oh, I see. So it's been updated. So.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering about, so what's the reception that you've both had from this so far? Like, because you're doing quite a real, relatable situation, but you're also kind of tackling some, an issue that I'm guessing you know quite well. So, I mean, what's the feedback been like? Has been had much talk
Really
from
good.
teachers?
Oh, yes. Yes, lots of teachers came the first time we did it. And one of the things that's so nice about this play is people talk about it afterwards. They're talking in the bar, they're talking on the way home, they're debating, they're discussing, they're arguing. And a lot of teachers, and a friend of mine who was a head teacher, said to me, I've worked with her, my character, I know her, I've worked with her. And a lot of them were saying things like that, weren't they?
Yeah.
We recognise those teachers. My God, we know that situation. The feedback was really, really positive.
Yeah, I mean, that suggests that you've caught the characterisation quite well, I think, if you're getting sort of feedback to the effect of, I know those people, I know that guy. So, I mean, just to tell us a little bit about coming at this as an actor, I'm guessing the approach taken by your character is not the one that you yourself would choose in that situation. So, I mean, excuse me, having trod the boards a little bit myself, I can kind of remember, but so in terms of expressing that conflict, how do you get your head around that? How do you sort of say to yourself, all right, here's what my character would say, but I totally disagree with that. Here's how I can go and do that every night on stage.
Well, Billy is a very good writer. Yes, go on, have it. So the character is exceedingly well written to start with. We talk a lot in rehearsals. We discuss why, well, both of us, Emma, the other actress, and myself, where they're coming from when they're saying this, where they're coming from, where that what might be fueling this, that and the other. She, Mrs. Rutter, she's called, she's so layered and so grounded in truthfulness that she's actually a joy to play. She's not like me. There will be bits of me that are like her. There always are bits of me that are like the character. And you have to like the person you're playing. So even though there are things about her I do not like or approve of, which become revealed as the play goes on, she herself, you have to see their point of view, and I see her point of view. She's very ambitious. She's been a teacher for a long time. She's an old style. She's the same age as me. She and I were both born in the late 50s. I know, it's startling. And so she talks a lot about back in the day when children were allowed out on their own and they could do this on their own and that on their own. We didn't coddle them so much. And there's a lot of me that goes, yeah, I agree with that. There are other things she says I don't agree with, but because of the writing and because we debate and discuss throughout rehearsal, it's easy to get inside her skin and get behind her.
I see. So, I mean, was this character that is evidently being played so adeptly?
Too well.
Is this based? Obviously, you don't have to say their names specifically, but is this based on a particular individual or a couple of individuals that you work with?
It's actually not.
Really?
No, it's completely comes out of my head.
Your warped head.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not based on a deputy head or a head teacher or any teacher that I know. But I suppose I know that type of character. But yeah, no, it doesn't come from my own experience. I was just interested in, the typical play is about the homophobic bully in the playground. To me, it was like, what if the staff members are homophobic? What problems does that cause? That may be more problematic. But there's lovely, great things about this character. She is a performer, a natural performer. She's somebody that you watch and you're riveted by. And I love those big type of characters. So even though, underneath it all, she may have, suspect reasons for doing the things that she does, you can't help but liking her and her theatricality and the fact that she's so interesting to watch and dynamic. And so even if their politics may be, it's like all great Orators, no, that's not the word, is it?
Orators.
You know, like
Orator.
yeah, orators. I'm from Northern
People
Ireland.
what talk.
Yeah, it's like Margaret Thatcher, Margaret Thatcher and Ian Paisley, people like that. You kind of despise them, but at the same time, you're like, wow, you know what I mean? It's so
they can talk.
Yes, yeah.
I do see what you're saying. It's, in a sense, it's the anti-hero thing.
Yes,
isn't
it is.
You know,
it
people,
is.
People love the bad character and whatever. But in this, with, being sort of quite an enclosed space and about something which is topical, you know, even now. Yes, you know, those steps being taken to address homophobic bullying in schools, as there well should be. You know, because that's not something that you ever want to put young people through, frankly, not if there's anything that you can realistically do about it. So, you know, it's part of the conversation that's being had there, and it's genuinely is great to see these stories being told for themselves, with you yourself having written this, instead of someone said, oh, well, I'm going to write a play about homophobic bullying. I'm not gay, and I don't know anybody that is, but I bet I can write it really well. And so this represents something coming up whereby, you know, the LGBT plus community is allowed to tell its own stories now, which is significant in and of itself, perhaps.
Definitely.
So, sorry, remind me again, where is it actually being performed in Oldham?
The 13th of April at Oldham Library. And then the next time it's in Manchester, Stoke Salford is the 22nd and the 23rd of April when it's on at the Lowry. Okay,
and the show in Brighton, where's that taking place?
That's on the 6th to the 8th of May. It's just the opening weekend of Brighton Fringe Festival.
I see.
Yeah, and it's on at the Marlborough Theatre.
The Marlborough Theatre in Brighton, 6th to the 8th of May. Fantastic. So our viewers on the South Coast might be interested in checking that out, and we encourage the Lancashire viewers to do the same. So thank you very much to the Truant Theatre Company for joining me tonight, and we will see you once again after the break. Don't go away.